start, 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 start. Like my shoe was start. Fifteen participants. Okay, let's wait for others to join before we start. All right, I think we can start the Variety Friday. Friday, while others we actually will join us as we start. So I welcome you guys to our Variety Friday show today. If you can hear me, I'm very excited about today's upcoming topic. Can you like drop a react button in the comment section so I can see how excited you guys are? Or if you can hear me speak, if you have any issues, like you can't hear my audio or something. But if you can hear me, just drop a thumbs up in the reacts in the F and Q&A section, so I can know that you're hearing me perfectly fine. All right. Okay, so everybody can hear me loud and clear. I'm glad. I'm glad. I'm glad. Glad about that. And nobody's having any network issues and the rest. Okay, so let's jump onto the topic for today's Variety Friday. So our topic today is actually small steps and how to effectiveness of how to effectiveness of let me share my slide and comment. Let me share my screen. Uh, okay, no, not this one. Mm, 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 mm. Okay, if you can see my screen, drop another thumbs up. Let them comment so I know you can see my screen. I'm sharing my screen now. See my screen. You can drop more thumbs up so I can know. Mm. Okay. You're saying the one with the slide, right? The one that has the slide. Let me just confirm. You're seeing the slide, you can just say yes in the comments. Yes. Okay. Somebody said they can't see my screen. Okay, it's just one no. Maybe it's on your own end. Maybe you can try ending the call and joining back again if you can't. Okay, no slide. You can't see the slide. Okay. Check. Okay, what about now? Can you actually see the slide now? Hmm. Is my escape not working? Okay. All right. So you can see my slide. Okay. Since we confirmed all that, we can actually start today's Variety Friday. So our topic for today is the power of small steps, mastering effectiveness in the face of challenges. Ignore the name here, I didn't edit that. um, yeah, mastering effectiveness in the face of challenges. Yeah, so now we're going to go to the concept of small steps. What are small steps? I feel like it's very, the name itself is actually defines it. But it said that the small step approach emphasizes breaking down large goals into manageable tasks. Making just a 1% improvement each day can lead to a significant growth over over the time. I don't know if people have actually read the book Atomic Habits. If you read the book Atomic Habits, well, Atomic Habits is like a book that helps you become more like productive, how to build habits in order to achieve your goals. So he is on the aspect of just 1% improvement. They didn't want in just 1% improvement, the mere minimum. Over time, it keeps on improving over time. It's like actually visualize like an empty bowl. Each time a drop of water comes in, each time a drop of water drops in. Eventually, at one point in time, that bowl is actually going to get filled. It's 1% though as going in, but at the wrong run, it's going to get filled. So improving doing something like 1%, because I don't know if you've ever had this challenge whereby you have a challenge, you want to start something, and you feel overwhelmed. You don't even know where to start. You have a problem and you don't even know where where to start. You're confused. You don't know where to start, and just like okay, just start with the 1%. Start with the small step. So making just a 1% improvement each day leads to a significant growth over time. This method allows for gradual process, reducing overwhelm and building momentum. 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 So now that brings us to algorithmic meeting and thinking. Now, what's algorithmic thinking? It involves approaching problems by breaking them down into a series of logical steps or action. I don't know if you guys know algorithm, like machines, the way machines they function, how they handle their tasks. They handle it step by step by step by step. They break it down into different steps and then to achieve that task. You can picture like this. Maybe okay, you want to cook a meal. Use the word cooking. You want to cook a meal. What is the first attempt you have to do? First, you have to go to the kitchen. That's the first step. Although your main goal is to cook a meal. Your main goal is to prepare a dish. That's your main goal, to cook food. Is your main goal. What is the first step you take? The first step is what you have to go to the kitchen first. If you're not in the kitchen, the first step is you have to go to the kitchen. That's the first breaking down of the points. Second step is you have to bring out your pots, your frying pan, or whatever your cooking utensils you're going to use. Then you have to. Second step is to prep whatever you need. Prep your ingredients you're going to need. Bring out the ingredients. You can using vegetables. You can bring out the vegetables. Then the next step will be, oh, I have to chop down these vegetables. It's like breaking it step by step by step by step. By the time you're done doing this thing, you will notice that you've actually done the task. You've actually cooked that meal. Or if it's a meal, you don't even know how to cook in the first place. You say you don't have to cook the meal at all. You can easily just go to YouTube. The first step is okay. The problem. I have to cook which food should I want to put? So I don't know what food to use. Uh so you have to cook your food. You don't know how to prepare it. Maybe it's a foreign dish you've never heard about before, but you have to prepare it. So the first step is okay. How can I prepare this dish? You've gone to the kitchen, yes, but you have to think logically. Okay, how can I do this dish? First, you have to go to YouTube first. You have to go to the internet and do a little bit of research about how the food is being prepared. Once you've done your readings, you've done your this thing, you have to take, oh, the ingredients, are they available in my country? because there's some dish you see the ingredients they're not here at all for us to use. Are they available in my country? Can I actually even cook this meal in the actual first place? So that's just basically breaking down your steps into tiny, tiny, tiny steps. That's the algorithmic thinking. That's what it involves. So this mirrors how algorithms in machines are constructed to solve complex tasks efficiently and effectively. So, like I said, the steps for algorithmic thinking. The first step is you have to define the problem. Define the problem, define what you want to achieve, the goal you want. It can be a problem, it might not be a problem, it might be something you want to actually achieve, something like that too. But define the problem, define what you want. Like you said, you wanted to cook a meal, wanted to cook a meal. That was the problem, or that was the goal we wanted to achieve, or something is not working somewhere. That's just it. Then you break it down into smaller steps. So this breaking down into smaller steps is you actually sitting down, you're thinking before you actually solve the problem. You say your gas is not working. You don't know why your gas is not working. So the first one, okay, my gas is not working. So you have to break it down into smaller steps. You have to gather the information. Okay, why is my gas not working? Identify the solution. It can be that maybe gas has finished, maybe a bit like gas is leaking from somewhere, maybe it can be like it's disconnected from somewhere, but just something has caused it not to actually work. So you gather the information first, you identify the solution to that problem. After you've gathered your information, you're actually going to look at the most, because when you're gathering information on the website, you're going to see different types of solutions on the internet. There are so many approaches to actually solving a particular problem. That's the beauty of it. One person might say, "Oh, okay, if we do this, it's going to work. If we do this, it's going to work. I tried this, it's going to work." Everybody has a different way of solving. There's more than one way to actually solve a problem. So when you go to the internet, you're going to see more than one information to solve your problem. Now, the second step is after you've gathered your resources, you have to identify the solution. Okay, now what is the most efficient or the best approach to go about this? Because now you have multiple options. You have A, B, you have C. You have to go, okay, what is the best? What is the fastest? What is the quickest approach that would actually solve this problem effectively? Then once you've done that, you now implement it, you test it, you get the results, and you can repeat the same process if the problem keeps occurring over and over and over and over again. So this is an example of how algorithm works. Like the first step here is mixture pancake mix. That's to make pancakes. That's the first. That's the task. They want to make pancakes. Okay, okay, we want to make pancake. What's the next step? You're going to add water. Actually, we to actually get a bowl, but that is not indicated here because I already add the water to, but that wasn't added in the image. But first, you have to get a bowl. That's the first step. The second step is you add water. Then the next step you add your maybe your flour and your ingredient and other things you want to use. You mix them well. Then it has two options. It has spreadable and too thick. Now, whereby if you mix it well and it's too thick, the lines are thin. I don't know if you can see the lines. The lines are actually, I'll turn the lines better. The lines are thin, but if it's too thick, it goes back to adding more water. Then you mix well again. If you mix well again and it's too thick again, it's going to it's going to go to add more water again, and it's going to mix well until it's actually ready and it's spreadable. Then it's now actually come to the spreadable aspects. Maybe spread the pancake, set up the oil, and put it to actually fry. To actually fry. So another example we can use is our morning routine. Is your morning routine? Another step of another example is your morning routine. Can somebody like tell me like your morning routine in the morning? Like what did you when you wake up first in the morning? Like your morning routine. What is the first thing? Imagine just think like think about the steps. It's morning. What, what's the next steps you're actually going to take before actually leaving your house to either go to school or go to work? I'll check in the comment section so you can drop your morning routine. Let me see. Let me see before I reveal mine. Yeah. See. Drink water first thing in the morning. Okay. That's Passy. Somebody say, what if I want to cook in my room? You can cook anywhere, man. You can cook anywhere. You can cook anywhere. Just don't burn your house down. That's just it. Somebody say it's pray first. They actually pray first. Okay. And drink water first thing in the morning. Somebody say they actually pray first. Sarah, after you pray first, what's the next thing you do? And Basti, after you drink water, what's the next thing you do? Somebody say sit by the bed aside for 2 minutes, enter the bathroom, you brush your teeth, and do absolution, leave to mosque. Okay. Somebody says praying, do some things on my phone for a few minutes, do some house chores, bathing, and dressing up. All right. Somebody says it's praying the same thing. Yeah. Somebody said eat food. You just wake up and you just eat food. Okay. Somebody said brush my teeth and have my bath. Somebody says spray and next my phone beside me to check if any info. All right. All right. I think we all have a lot of activities in the morning. Brush my teeth, bathe, and yeah, do the house chores and the rest. Those I pray followed by my exercise. That's actually healthy. It's nice. Okay, that's really nice. That's really nice. So let me review my own steps. Right. Okay, so the first thing is you wake up in the morning. The next thing is you brush your teeth. The next step is you have breakfast and you leave for work. So you wake up in the morning, that's the first thing you do. So you brush your teeth, yeah, and you have breakfast. Other people do skip breakfast, but breakfast is an important meal. So yeah, you have your breakfast and you leave for work. You leave for maybe to the gym. You leave to go to school. Basically, you leave to just basically you have to leave the house in the morning. And yeah, so that is the step by step of a morning routine. The breaking down of your morning routine before leaving your house. So I'm asking another question in the group. So now you see the step, waking up, brushing teeth, having your breakfast, and you leave for work. Can anybody actually suggest a better way to maybe to fasten up the process? Like to make it more efficient, to reduce the time span. I mean, if anybody can pick up the next two hints that I left, I will review them later. But I want to see your opinion on it. So if I wake up, I brush my teeth, I have my breakfast, I have to go to work. Is there a step or an approach I can actually implement between these tasks to make it more like to make me faster, to make me more productive when leaving the house to prepare for work? Let me see. Let me see in the comments. See comments. See in the comments. Somebody, somebody said no baiting. No, nah. How would you leave your house without baiting? No, nah. Even though it makes you faster, you have to shower. You have to shower before leaving your house. So you can't go out with that. No, no. Something missing between waking up, breakfast. Prayer should be okay within them. Okay, somebody says breakfast. Somebody said dress up. Of course, you have to dress up to leave your house. You have to dress up to leave your house. That one is normal. I mean, if I'm waking up, brushing my teeth, I'm having my baths, I'm dressing up, I'm going to work. I'm having my breakfast, I'm going to work. Like, is there anything I can do to make the process faster? Sometimes you spend a lot of time before we leave the house. That we can run late to work due to one or two things that we didn't prepare for or foresee. Let me see if anybody can actually guess it. How to be more efficient. What can we add to this four step to make the process faster? It's a very, very simple task. Somebody say drive out, cooking while cooking while brushing. That can actually that can actually work. But don't let toothpaste fall in your food. Oh, like somebody said skip breakfast. Yeah, skip breakfast can be there, but yeah, skip breakfast. Somebody said skip breakfast. Cooking while brushing. Somebody said drive out. Prayer then taking my leave. Take breakfast to work. Oh yeah, if you take a breakfast to work, yeah, as if you're running late. If you're running late, if you're running late, so time yourself or create a time schedule. Okay, that could work. Brush and bathe simultaneously in the in the bathroom. How does that work? Time yourself. Terms of transportation. Transportation, yeah, but we're talking about before leaving your house. How can you make the process faster before leaving your house? Let's look at the whole home environment first before talking about transportation and outside environment. Waking up on time, carrying your breakfast along to work, and there's only four steps there. Waking up very early. Okay, got someone to assist you with the cooking. Okay, that could help. Like, what if you don't have somebody to assist you? You know, or you live alone and there's nobody to cook for you. You have to cook your meal by yourself. Wake up earlier than usual. Yeah, okay, yeah, waking up earlier than usual can actually make you more productive. Okay, so I'm a review. Oh, there's some of the options there actually, like I said, there's more than one way to solve a problem. That's the beauty about something. There's more than one option to solve it. Some people have said there's some very good option here. I also have my own option I'm about to review. So yes, there's more than one way to solve a problem to make it more efficient and make it more faster. Okay, so yeah, let me review the answer to mine. Ah, it is registering here. Oh shit. Okay, so we said wake up, brush your teeth, have breakfast, leave for work. You prepare the breakfast the previous night. I know that some people might not like this idea, but it's an option. You can prepare the breakfast the previous night. If you're eating something like maybe eating like bread or something, you can just prepare the bread, butter them up, and put in the container, put it back in the wrap. That might make it faster. You can prepare your breakfast the previous night. Then you can select the clothes you're going to wear the previous night. You know, some of us we like to dress. So when you wake up, you don't even know what you're going to wear the next day. Especially for church. Especially for church. You don't know what to mosque. You don't know what to wear the next day. So you wake up, you spend a lot of time, you've brushed your teeth, but you spend a lot of time picking out the right outfit for the day. Like, oh, is this going to go well? Is this going to go well? Oh, that type of thing. Maybe you combine the clothes to your head, you thought it was going to match, and it didn't actually match when you combined it that morning as you wanted to prepare to leave the house. So selecting the clothes the previous night will be faster. So that way you just wake up, you just brush your teeth, you already have your clothes selected, your meal is already prepped up, and you have a breakfast and you leave for work. So do you think that actually makes the process faster? Put a yes or no in the comment section. Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. Somebody said yes. Okay. Before sleeping so that you don't need to bathe in the morning. Next morning. Okay. Prepare a day before the work. A day. Yeah. Prepare a day before the work. Yeah. Work day. Get someone to assist. Okay, I read this one. Somebody said, okay, yeah, wow, it does. You see. So all we had to do was literally just, plan our day before the day actually occurs. You just have to sit down, think about it. Okay, I want to live faster tomorrow. How can I go about this? You start breaking down into tiny, tiny steps. Okay, what should I do? Okay, I'm going to wake up first. I'm going to brush my teeth. I'm going to this thing. Okay, what can I do to make it faster, more efficient? I'm going to prep my meals ahead of time. I'm going to, what was the last one? Prep my meals ahead of time. I'm going to, what's the last one? select your clothes the previous day to that day. So it actually makes it more faster. So you can actually apply these steps when it comes to challenges. When it comes to challenges. So you have a challenge, you don't know that about it. You have to first sit down, define the challenge, define what is the challenge, what is the problem, why is this thing not working, why is it not working. You have to like define the challenge first. Then after that, you you do a bit of, you think about it. Maybe you can grab a pen, or you can use like your phone, a notepad or something to actually write them down. Once you define the problem, define the challenge, or maybe it's a goal you want to actually achieve, write down the goals. It works with goals too. Write down the goals too. Think about it. Sit down, you think about it. Okay, if it's a problem you don't know, do research about it, gather information about it. Well, you gather information on the internet. People have more than one solution to one problem. Like how we got so many solutions to our problem here. Yeah, so yeah, so many ways. Some people have their own way of doing it. This one worked for me, this one didn't work for me. You do your research about it. After you're done with your research, you sit down and think about your problem. Okay, what is the most efficient out of all these options? What would be the best one to actually implement? You have to choose. Think about what would be the best way to go about it. Now you have limited options to choose from. You have to think about what is the best approach that will actually work for your own for your own challenge if you want that you want to actually solve. And pretty much that, and you just implement it. You take action, you implement it into tiny, tiny steps. Oh, I'm going to do this first. I'm going to do this first. I'm going to do this first. I'm going to do this. And finally, you've tackled the challenge. Finally, you've broken it down, and you've literally just solved that problem. Traffic should be. Someone said traffic. Someone said I can't hear you. It might be your network. Emmanuel Chitu. Traffic should be put into consideration too for Lagosians. Yeah, there's traffic for Lagos. That's when you leave your house. You have to leave your house first to see traffic now. You understand? Yeah, but there's also traffic for Lagos people and the rest. But we don't really have much traffic over here. Yes, but most people love fresh food. I said that not everybody might like my own solution. I said there's more than one solution to actually go about it. Some people like fresh food. Some people just you can eat snacks. You can eat anything. Literally, it just we're okay with that. The people don't eat snacks at all. They like a meal well prepared. Yeah, so like I said, different solution from everybody. So they go with the best approach that actually suits you or suit the challenge you actually want to actually solve. Okay, so on to our next slide. Onto this slide. On to our next slide. Okay, skip all this. Morning routine. Yeah. Okay, now we know how the algorithmic thinking approach actually work. There's also another method called the STAR method. And it's another way of actually solving problems or solving problems or solving challenges. So the star, I don't know if you did that TikTok sound. That's star, 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 something, something, watashi what star. I think it's trending on TikTok everywhere. I just remembered it now. Sorry. Maybe the guys might not know, but not girls might know that one. Yeah. I think it's linked to Korean stuff like that. Okay, so yeah, so star approach. The star approach of actually solving problem. It's also so what does STAR actually stand for? It stands for situation, the task, action, and the results. So and the results. So the situation you have to designing areas. Okay, sorry. Oh shit, I didn't change it. Mm-mm. Okay. So you have to define. Ignore what is here. I made a mistake here. You have to ask. The situation is that you have to actually define your current issues or your current situations or problem. That situation is define the current problem, the current challenge you're actually facing. Then task means you define your goals, your responsibility. Like, okay, this light bulb is not working. What is your goal? The goal is to fix this light. Figure out why it's not working. Figure out why it's not working. That's the task. Then also the task also involves you. After you figure out, oh, light bulb is not working. Okay, our goal is to fix the light bulb. Now you have to think about how you're going to go about knowing why the light bulb isn't working. It's like the same way of the academic thinking. You actually start doing your research, you break them into stacks, you try different things. That's what action explains the steps to be taken. You think about, okay, maybe it's the switch, maybe it's the sockets, maybe it's just the blue. I'll change the bulb. If I change the bulb, it doesn't work. I'm going to call an electrician to actually fix it, and type of thing, and the rest. And you look at the result of each outcome you actually try. Maybe you change the bulb is not working. You know that the next step is actually call an electrician. So you now share the result of the outcome and what you've learned from the outcome. So that was what STAR stands for: situation, task, action, and results. So relating algorithmic thinking to tech field, for that of front end, here's an example for front end student. And then we have other tracks here like the back end, cybersecurity, and the rest. I will address give exhibit example for each. So let's start with the front end and how to actually tackle that problem. So let's say front end, you want to design a responsive nav bar. What's the first thing you do? First thing is that you have to gather users' requirements for your device. Then you have to develop a wire framework for desktop and mobile. Then you implement using your media queries. Maybe you can use like your CSS, you can use like your Tailwind or your SAS, and whatever style sheet you want to use. You implement using it, then you test across. After you've done that, you now have to check the responsiveness of the device. Maybe check for desktop mobile, you check for mobile, you check for tabs, and the rest. So that is for an example just for front end. So for back end, maybe you want to implementing a login system. You have to first define your user authentication requirements. That'll be the first step you take. Then after you've defined your user detection requirements, then you have to develop the database schema. You have to develop the schema behind the hoods, the tables, them. You have to actually know where are the data that's going to be stored. The schema. Then you have to implement hashing for password. Then after you've done all that setup, you have to the next step is develop your API endpoint for login and registration, and for login and registration. The next one is test and secure each endpoint against threats. And each endpoint against threats, you have to actually test your endpoints. You know that it's meant to take in a string, it's meant to take in a number. Make sure it's actually going to the right table. Like if somebody's logging in, the name is going to the right table, the password is storing in the right table. You have to make sure that nothing else apart from what you want it to actually take in should not enter. Because funny enough, users, when you're coding a website, you're coding for users. So users are actually very, very funny. So supposing you're coding a login section now, you put in the name, you put in the password. Or put in name, put in password, put your phone number. Some people will still feel number, as in alphabets, in the number section. You'll be surprised. You know that number is actually meant to take numeric values, but they're going to actually put in that number section. You're going to be getting inputs you never even thought that you even receive in the first place. You thought that maybe it's clear to the users, but they end up doing things that we cannot seem to understand. So you have to prepare for the unseen. So you have to test and secure each endpoint against threats and against any other input you don't want it to actually receive. So you do your research about it, okay, and the rest. So the next step is for cyber security, maybe implementing a security audit. You have to identify the critical assets, assess potential vulnerabilities, develop a testing plan. You have to conduct penetrative testing, implement fixes and monitor for threats. So after you've identified the critical access, you have to assess potential vulnerabilities. You have to look at, okay, what are the major common threats or vulnerabilities that are actually common. You have to like test them out individually, one by one. I don't know I don't know the vulnerabilities. I don't know, but I know that there are so many approaches to it. So you have to like, okay, what are the normal vulnerabilities tests? You, after you've listed them out, you you develop a test plan, how you're going to go about testing each and every one of them. Then conduct penetrating them, the testing, find a way if you can hack your way through, if there's a vulnerability, if it works, if you can get in to the logins and everything. Then after you've found that one is actually vulnerable, maybe this method actually worked. Maybe the first method didn't actually fail. The second method failed. Maybe the third method might actually be successful in hacking. Then implement fixes and monitor for other threats because their bugs are something that you cannot actually get in a day. It's something you have to keep on trying and trying and trying and trying because there are also new bugs that are actually coming out. There's a new way of actually, doing things. So you have to keep on testing and keep on tracking it. So that's for cyber security. So for product design, you basically you want to do a user experience texting. So the first step you go about is you design your target. So you define targets, users, personas. Who are these? Maybe you're making the products. You're making the product. Who are these products for? Are you making a fitness app? Who are more like what will they like interact more with? Like maybe from age bracket or otherwise. You have to think about, okay, what is this product design? Who are they designed for? Who are the like core audience for that particular product you want to design? And think about maybe the color scheme, what to keep them more engaged. Like people see the red as danger. Some colors actually have meanings or let's say meanings to them. You see red as danger by default, our brain sees red as danger, and I think some other colors too. So we think about the color, if it's going to fit that particular product, think about the styling. If it's for something for youth, is it vibing out? Is it like looking very, very nice for something that will attract the attention span or look very nice to them and stuff like that? So after you've done that, you create a prototype design, you conduct users testing sessions. Once you've done the design, you go out for you collect feedback and you analyze the results. Okay, you can give to like one or two people, you can put it out there to get feedback from people that, okay, what do you think about this? Or show them like, oh, what is your first thought about it? Don't explain them what it does. I'll just show them like, oh, what is this? Just figure out what it is about. Like, is it engaging? That type of thing. Just to get the feedback from it. Then you now do the design based off users' inputs. And the next one is for product management, planning a product release. So this first step is to define your MVP features, prioritize your backlog items. Then you develop a timeline for the releases, coordinate with development teams, talk to the teams. You monitor and launch and gather your users' feedback. That's for product manager. I think for data science is the last one. So for data science, let's say you want to build a recommendation system. That is your task. So what are the steps required to build it? You collect the user data and preferences. After you've gotten user data and preferences, you have to process the data. You have to actually clean the data and implement collaborative filtering or algorithm. I filtered them into this different section you want to section, maybe by age group, by demographic, and the rest, depending on how you want to filter and clean them and store them. Then you evaluate model accuracy, and you develop the system and performance monitor the performance. Now, tackling tech challenges with algorithmic thinking. Adapting, so you want to adapt to the rapid change. We're in a world where everything is rapidly changing. There's always like something new coming out. When we thought that, oh, Tesla car without fuel was the thing we could see. Yeah, and I came out. I could good things on their own, so they're in a world where everything is evolving. What you think was impossible maybe in 20 or 10 years from now, and now is like are now actually showing signs of possibility. So adapting to the rapid change. The first approach is like, okay, use platforms like Trello, Tick Tick, Notion, or tax list to organize your daily tasks and prioritize efficiently. So Trello is like and Tick Tick and Notions and track. They're like to do what's it to do? They're like a platform whereby you can easily track your objectives and your goals for what you want to achieve. Maybe you want to solve a problem, the steps them down, and the steps you want to actually write them down. You can use Trello to write them down to different sections. Okay, I want to be the nav bar. Okay, I want to be the website. The first thing you have to do is be the that's for the front end people. The first thing you have to do is be the nav bar. You create a nav bar. Okay, you have to choose a design for the nav bar. Is it going to have a search bar? Is it going to have a search bar and the rest? Then think about the home page, the hero section. What am I going to do with the hero? What design are you going to do and the rest, and how to implement it the rest. Or maybe you can think about even before starting the project. I think the first step is before you start any project is actually think about, okay, I want to be the website. What is the most efficient way to go about it? Should I what framework do I want to use? Do I want to use React? Do I want to use something else? What is the right approach I want to suit what you actually want to do? You have to do your research first. Then actually start planning it first before actually even building the website. Because believe me, it's actually going to help you write down those beginning steps before you even start. Do the research, write down the steps on how to go about what you want to do. Because at one point in time, when you're actually coding along the line, you mentioned that maybe at one point in time you're thinking too small, and now you're coding and now you're thinking big. You want to integrate something new, but you didn't actually create room for it. So now it's like you're building a tower, and now what you want to change is at the bottom of your base is the foundation. Of course, everything is going to come crashing down to change the root of the problem. So to avoid that, you just have to actually plan that whole small step. Think about it. You have to plan. So you can use platforms like Trello. Trello is for teams. I use Trello. It's for team collaboration. So more than one person can actually work on it. You can assign different tasks to people and the rest. There's also Tick Tick. I've not used TikTok before, but somebody recommended it. And there's also Notion and tax with like Google To Do and Microsoft. What the one Microsoft one is called to organize your daily tasks, prioritize efficiently for that. Then solving complex problems. The approach should be. Oh, I made the same mistake twice. Wow, I'm really sorry about this, guys. So solving the actual solving complex problem. So you have to break them down first into tiny steps. And you have to write them, do your research, and work on it. So that's what solving complex problem actually does. Then how can you encourage small step in your daily tech activities? So you have to code a little, like if you're a coder, obviously, if you're a coder and you want to be, you want to be good at what you do, in a rapid change. You know that everything there's an update. Obviously, you have to actually be coding everything to actually improve on yourself. So you have to code a little every day to or whatever you want to achieve. You have to actually do that thing every day. Maybe dedicate at least 30 minutes to coding or to whatever tasks or habits you want to actually build. Focusing on solving a specific problem or learning a new concept. Just like I said, 1% every day. It seems small, but over time, the compound interest is actually going to be increasing. It's actually growth. So 1% every day. You want to get good at what you do. Dedicate at least 30 minutes of your time daily. Focus on that problem you want to solve. Focus on that task you want to do. And or the new concepts you want to learn and work on it. And your outcome is going to be consistent practice reinforce reinforcing understanding and build a strong foundation in programming. So if you're using our star approaches, is that okay? I want to become a good coder. That is the first. That's our problem, or that's what we want to achieve. What is the actions about it? You take classes, you go for resources, you read about it, read articles about it, read books, watch videos. There's so many resources about what you want to do or the problem you want to solve. Then you dedicate at least few minutes daily, every day. If every day you're coding and you're solving a code problem, believe me, you will actually get used to it. So that'll be your action. And the outcome is that you're going to be very good at what you do. You're going to build very good, have a very strong foundation in programming and whatever you want to actually do. And there's also continuous learning. Spend 15 minutes each day reading a tech article, like I said, reading the tech article or documentation, and your outcome will be you stay up to date with the industry trend, enhance your knowledge for emerging technology. So also continuous learning, also try to learn on a daily. It's also part of your small tax. So you add it to your small tax there. Like every day I would practice coding. I would find a problem to solve. I would maybe find a design I want to increment. I would learn this thing. I would break this thing down. Just break them into tiny steps, like in your day-to-day activities. Believe me, it's actually going to go a long way. That 1% I think is not much. Is actually going to go a long way about it. Then there's also the networking and collaboration. Networking and collaboration. So, in as much as you're developing on your skills, you're doing your research, you're becoming good, you're improving, you're very great at solving problems. The also thing is you have to put yourself out there. Like we said in our previous Variety Friday concerning uh, the writing technical was it technical writing the technical writing, yeah. So in as much you have to make people that know that okay, I'm a web designer, okay, I'm a product manager, okay, I'm a data. People have to do it. When people look at you, you know you're good, you know you've built the skill. When people look at you, find they should know that, oh, what to do should just like stand out to them. That, oh, this person is a data scientist. Anytime I want to be the website, just go to the guy. He's a website guy. He's a website builder guy. He's a developer. She's a designer or graphic designer. You know that the graphic designer girl or graphic designer boy. Basically, you create that persona for yourself. So how do you go about it? Every day you can post something on GitHub, post something on your LinkedIn profile, then post your project on GitHub, talk about it on your LinkedIn profile, talk about it on Twitter. Just basically talk about every day. It might not be every day, but at least once a week. Put this as a habit once a week or twice, depending on your time frame. At least once a week, depending on your time frame. Let them know that this is what I do. So that's that one. You can actually act that as your daily activities into your small steps and the rest. So at the end, the outcome would be that would be the action, and the outcome would be building a network of like-minded professionals. You meet friends that actually do the same thing you do, and you gain new perspective and you share expertise, and you also create awareness for yourself, putting yourself out out there. Okay, I think I said this one before. So developing a career strategy. Sorry, developing a career strategy. Okay, so first of all, we've talked about the how to solve problem, how to break them into tasks, how you do your research about it, how after you're done with your research about it, you've written down how to go about it into tiny steps. You've thought about the best way to approach this problem. You've seen so many options. You said, okay, this is the best way to approach this particular problem, and you're good at solving problem because in the tech industries, at least for the major in the tech industries general, but this I'm talking about coders. Sha. I don't know about designers and the rest, but if you're a developer, what they actually would want to know is how good are you at solving problems. Most of the interview questions will become most of the interview questions it's not about the syntax. See that don't let the syntax is actually good. You know it's not about all the languages you know. It's all about this language. How can you use it to solve a problem? That is just it. It's like you want to build a house, you have cement, and just but you don't know the fastest way to build the house. Somebody come and say, "Oh, I can build this house in under a month," and somebody say, "I can build this house in under 2 months." It's the same cement, the same quantity, but people are actually doing it faster and making it more efficient than the other person. I don't know if you understand. Somebody said they do it faster, do it in a more efficient. They want to actually, all these companies in tech, they actually want to test your thinking ability. How fast can you solve this? How fast can you go about it? So sometimes your interview coding, if you know about lead code, just check out lead code too, for developers. Check out LeetCode. LeetCode is a platform where they give you problems to actually solve, like brain teasing problems. And when it's interview questions, interview codes are actually there to actually solve. So then they give you something to okay to sort an array and split them into different groups. They'll look at they're going to be watching you code live. They want to see the best approach you're going to take. Is it the fastest? Is it the most efficient approach you're going to actually take? So this critical thinking aspect is very, 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 very crucial. It's very, very important to know. So developing a career strategy is major process first. The first step is set clear goals. Set the clear goal. Define specific achievable goals for your tech career and create a roadmap to achieve them. Set your goals first, set your priorities straight first, after you've gotten all the skills and knowledge you need. Then create a skill development plan, identify skills needed for your desired career paths, and plan steps on how you want to acquire them. And plus, how do you want to acquire them? Maybe I want to apply for a job, you keep applying for more jobs, you keep on looking at the interview processes, look at other people's interview reviews and the rest on how to go about it. Also, for coders, it can be the most sufficient, like you said, the most sufficient way to actually solve it. So you create a skill development plan how you're going to actually solve that. Then you build a professional network, connect with industry professionals, join communities, and seek mentorship. Because they're going to actually give you insight on things that you don't actually know. They embrace continuous learning, commit to lifelong learning by staying updated with industry trend and achievements. Industry trend and achievements. So, in our conclusion, the power of small steps lies in the abilities to drive significant progress and overcome challenges, especially in tech space. By applying the principles of algorithmic thinking and the principle of STAR, you can harness the power of incremental changes to continuously improve your skills and your habit. I hope we all understood the whole process of critical thinking or how to actually tackle the process or how to actually tackle that challenge you actually want to actually solve. So that is the end of our presentation. So now we're going to the Q&A section. So you have any question you want to ask, you can ask them in the Q&A section. I'll be going through that now. Traffic. What's the time? Oh, it's I'm really for this evening. Back end algorithm approach to challenges made my evening. Thank you very okay. You're welcome, Water Ibuka. Someone said I can't chat on Zoho. What do you mean you can't? You just literally said you can't chat on Zoho, but you actually did just drop something here. So how did you do that? How did you actually do that? Okay. Mm, 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 mm. Do, do, do. Okay, looks like it's a very simple topic and nobody has any questions to actually ask. Maybe I explain it better. So if you actually okay, let's do a final poll. If you found this very, very beneficial to you in tackling problem, drop a like or a yes in the comments so we can know if this was actually useful to actually each and every one of you here. Okay. I'm just stop sharing my screen. Stop sharing my screen. Okay, so I'm going to the questions right now. Can we get a sample of what's right on your career path for product manager? For product manager, hmm. Product manager management. Yeah, I'm not a product manager, so I don't really, I don't really do. I wish one of your tutors is here to actually give more insights because they will have more depth than me. Than me, and they will have more depth than me. Maybe you can ask your tutor. Maybe you can ask your tutor about that. I don't think I can give a very professional like results for that that will actually satisfy the answer. I have a question based on recruitment eligibility status, and sometimes I see requirements out of five, and I meet up with three. I do give up because of the remaining two. Please, how can I solve this in tech? I see requirements out of five. I meet up with three. Um, what are the two sections you're lacking? I mean, after so that two section you're lacking, what are they? How can you actually get that requirements? So that you ask yourself that question. There are two sections you're lacking. There's two requirements you're not meeting. Ask yourself, how can I achieve those requirements? Ask yourself, ask yourself, how can you achieve those requirements? I think that'll be the first step. That'll be the first step. Yeah, that'll be the first step. How can I achieve those requirements? Thanks for thank you for this wonderful lectures. The topic is beneficial to me. What step can one take to maximize distraction and focus on tech related tasks at a time? Okay, talking about distractions. It's it's actually simple. For distractions, it's actually very, very simple. If you want to actually learn, or maybe you have a task to do that you want to do, and you know that you're somebody that easily gets distracted, first of all, your environment. You first starts with your environment. Find an environment whereby there is nobody to distract you. You're in a room, you can lock your door. I don't know, just find a quiet environment, stress your environment. Then second of all is for you're somebody that is addicted to maybe social media. I think your phone have like a focus mode. I think all phones have like a focus mode whereby when you turn it on, you can only select some apps that can actually receive notification at that point in time. So that way you're still browsing, but at least the notifications that will make your screen to be blinking and be turning on and distracting you. Like, oh, somebody just uploaded this video on YouTube. Oh, Bobrisky is out of prison, it just pops up, and you just see that there, and you just get distracted. So there's things like that. So make an environment whereby there are no distractions for you. Exactly. Then another way about going about it is that maybe you can build a habit around see if revolves around your environment. It's like saying that somebody, okay, let's say you want to start eating healthy, or maybe want to start eating more fruits. So the logic is that you put the fruits in front of you. Every single time you put the fruits in front of you, just put that bowl of apple there. And each time you pass it, try to attempt to take one. Each time you pass it, attempt to take one. At one point in time, your body is actually going to adapt to that whole behavioral pattern, whereby each time I go to the kitchen, I'm actually going to actually grab this apple. Subconscious is like building a habit around it. It's like when you walk into a room and the first thing you do is turn off the light bulb. It's just the first thing you do is to turn off the light bulb. Have you ever actually subconsciously moved a place in your house that you're like, what am I doing? What actually brought me here? It's like you've made it like a subconscious habit, but you're doing it every day. For me now, it's like me. It's when I sit on my chair, I'm on my laptop, I'm working. I've done that step several times, and it's very effective for me. So anytime I sit on my chair, I know that I'm working. If I go to my bed, I'm on my phone. I am on my phone. So every time I chair, I'm working. Sometimes I sit on my chair, I know that okay, I have to get something done here. So you just create that environment, attach that pattern to a that habit to the environment and objects. It's actually going to help also limit your distraction and make it more faster for you. Okay. Uh, I can't see the pool. So I didn't create a pool. I didn't create a pool. Sorry about that. I didn't create a pool. And let us see other comment to how can I share the small tech accomplishments with others to create supportive communities? Like you said, you just join the community. I believe you have a profile on LinkedIn. Yeah, there's Facebook. There's so many platforms to actually publicize yourself about it. There was also the one we talked about on the last week, sorry, upper week, because last week one got cancelled. The previous your upper week Variety Friday on technical writing, whereby we talked about anything you've learned, write about it. If you learned how to do a design, if you learned anything you've learned, anything, write about it. You'd be surprised about how many things and articles are written about the most about anything. If you search about anything, you see that somebody has talked about it. You think that somebody hasn't talked about that, somebody has talked about it. Somebody, okay, I baked banana bread today. I attempted to dye my hair. I drove my first car, type of thing. The people who actually share their stories every day on about the most linear and the most smallest things they've actually done or actually achieved. And so basically, go on social media, share what you've done. If you learn something new, write about it. It's going to actually publicize you out there. Like I said, the more you want people to know that, oh, the more you talk about what you do or what you've learned, like if you're learning coding now and everything you post is coding, people are going to know that, oh, this person is a tech sister or is a tech brother. They will know that when they see this one, oh, it's tech sister, it's tech, it's tech. So when they think about tech, they think about you. So they just keep on writing content about things you've learned, things you've achieved, and the rest. I think a very supportive community is LinkedIn. Very, very supportive community is LinkedIn. Also, LinkedIn. You can use LinkedIn, and maybe on your Facebook page, you can talk about it there too. So that would be, that would help. Okay, so that would actually help. So that's the end of our Q&A section. Time has already gone. I hope you guys actually learned something from this topic on how to tackle your problem. So the questions for you guys, the food for thought to actually take back is that think about what you're doing now. Think of the best way to actually approach it. Write down your goals, write down how you want to take it, how you want to solve that particular problem. If you want to learn a new skill, so write down how you're going to actually learn it. Try them into tiny, tiny steps. Think about how you can apply these small steps in your day-to-day activities. Because something that can actually work in your career paths, it can work in your daily habits, it can work in building your habits too. Think about the best and efficient way to go about things, break them into tiny, tiny steps. And I think that is my own take on this. So I'll be ending the Variety Friday now. So everybody have a good night. I really enjoyed you guys' company. We see you next Friday. See you next Friday.